Breaking news, Timothy Bradley came out giving his reaction to Fulton trainer accusing Inoue of pretty much cheating the way he be wrapping his hands. Now Timothy Bradley was also shocked at the way Inoue wraps his hand. Timothy Bradley said the method Inoue is using, it's illegal. You cannot put tape on the hand. That's called double stacking. Timothy Bradley raised his concerns on the matter where he said that this method that Inoue is using to wrap his hand is called double stacking and it's illegal. It intensifies your power by times 10. Hello, is anybody home? Bradley is a Hall of Famer, and he said that the method Inoue is using to wrap his hand doesn't just increase your power by times 2. However, this method increases your power by times 10. Here is exactly what Timothy Bradley had to say. Check it out.
Is Stephen Fulton and his camp claiming that there is a major safety concern with the way that Naoya Inoue puts forth his tape? They say he stacks the tape, that there's excessive tape, and that when all is said and done, his wraps create a cast-like substance with the way that they stack it. For the record, he has fought in the state of Nevada, and it has been approved. He has fought numerous times in Tokyo and throughout Japan, and that has been approved by the commission. What is your read here?
So you can't put tape directly on the skin. What you have to do is you have to put a little bit of gauze around, and then you're able to put some tape there, and then you can put the gauze over and some tape. What Inoue's doing is he's basically somewhat building a cast around his hand with tape, which is illegal. You can't put it on the bare skin. And after I watched that video, I was saying, my God, like, it's a lot of tape that he's putting around to protect his hand. And then he's going to put gauze, more tape, and gauze again, and more tape. That's called double stacking. You cannot do that in boxing. I don't know who let him to get away with that in Nevada or wherever he fought. It's not right. It's basically, I'm sure his punch is probably intensified by times 10 when he hits his opponents. No doubt about it.
Are you accusing Naoya Inoue of cheating?
I'm not accusing him of cheating. I'm just saying it's illegal. I'm just saying it's illegal, but they let him fight with it. But I'm glad that, Fulton's camp is aware of it, and they're not going to allow it to happen.
Well, his trainer has said, look, we're not going to allow him to step in the ring if that is allowed. That's a big threat to make, and especially with all the money at stake. But he says, my fighter's safety is at stake and is more important than anything else. So we really are going to have to see this game of chicken play out, and maybe they meet halfway. I mean, stacking is allowed in Texas, Nevada, and in Japan, but what you're talking about is double stacking, and that's what they're going to have a close eye on. So we'll see how it all plays out.
Now, Inoue gave his reaction to Fulton trainer Accusations where he said, quote, Japan has its own local rules. Even in the US, there are local rules on each state, and the winding method are different. Our fight will be held in Japan on the 25th, so of course, I will follow the Japanese rules. Don't suck it up. Just fight. End of the quote. Now, that's a bad look on Inoue's behalf, because like Timothy Bradley pointed out, it's illegal everywhere, no matter where you go in the sport of boxing, to put tape directly on the hand, directly on the skin. This is not up for debate. Putting tape directly on the skin is illegal. That's called double stacking. So for Inoue to ignore the rules in order to make up and follow his own rules to gain power, that's highly suspect. If Inoue have natural power, then why is he fighting so hard to utilize this illegal method? Unless, like Timothy Bradley said, this intensifies your power by times 10. That's why Inoue is fighting so hard to utilize this illegal method. Because if Inoue have natural devastating power and putting tape directly on the skin itself doesn't intensify the power, then Inoue wouldn't even bother to argue to utilize this illegal method. Therefore, the fact that Inoue is fighting behind the scenes in order to get approved to continue to wrap his hand illegally putting tape directly on the skin tells you everything you need to know. I told you guys it was fishy from day one when Inoue was complaining about VADA testing, the fact that it was random. Then all of a sudden, he suffers an injury. When he found out that VADA was random, you know what they say, where there's smoke, there's fire. However, come July 25th, even though Inoue is going to be on fire, you best believe Fulton is going to put Inoue out like he's the fireman. Fulton is going to break a lot of people's hearts come July 25th, mainly old media and the decafs. With the facts being laid out, drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe below. And to be continued on the next episode of Akhi TV. Peace out. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.